Should coaches pay more attention to their clients' learning styles? All right, let's talk about learning styles. So one of the big myths that's been, let's say, busted lately when it comes to education and learning is that people have distinct learning styles like audiovisual kinesthetic, VAK. That has been widely disproven. The idea that you learn in a certain way, like everyone is a visual learner, or audio learner, or kinesthetic learner, does not hold water. And in fact, it sometimes is detrimental. The reality is that people learn in all channels, and and visual is strong. So people can see it. If you can get a visual, if you can see, an image or something of what's happening, that's usually the strongest channel. But hearing it, working with your hands, all those kinds of things, the idea is you want to get good at all of them and integrate as many of these as you can. Now, what we show in the Academic Life Coaching program and in the other programs is a system like academic thinking styles. And this comes from a format system where it's looking at ways that people put knowledge together. And good speakers, effective speakers, the format system comes from this idea of effective speakers, look at 4 different ways of approaching the same subject. And those 4 different ways are what, why, how, and what if. So the way to approach a subject from a what standpoint is look at names, dates, definitions, facts, catalogs, categories. These are all what perspectives on a topic. A why perspective on a topic is, why does it matter? Why does this work? What are the reasons behind this? That would be a why perspective. The how perspective are the steps or procedures. What's the process? What's the system in place that's going to make this work? And then the what if is the possibilities. The idea of the format system is that people, when they're trying to understand something, usually have one of those 4, call it styles of thinking that feels the most comfortable. It's the thing that they're after first. And once that initial curiosity is satisfied, then their minds can open up and look at other possibilities, other things, and say, okay, like, what does this mean, not mean? For me, I'm a how thinker. I like to know what the steps are, what the procedures are. A lot of the people I work with are why thinkers. They want to know the reasons behind this. And the thing is this, if you know your thinking style, you know someone else's thinking style, then you can start to speak. You can start to frame things in ways that they can understand more quickly and then move forward. It just moves the whole process forward. And the thing with these kind of thinking styles is the point isn't to say, okay, I need the information in my own thinking style. The point is to get equally good at all of them, to understand and know all of them. And in fact, I would argue that studying, my definition of studying is looking at a subject from all 4 of these perspectives. The definition of, if you're giving a presentation in the executive world, if you want to give an effective presentation, make sure you count, you look at those 4 different things. Our whole workbooks are set up what, why, how, what, why, and how. We save the what if for the class. But the idea is, if you really wanted to communicate effectively, it's a framework, it's a structure, and it's helpful to know your inclination, like what you feel the most comfortable with, but also not to just stay with that, but to get equally comfortable in the other 3. And I love this idea. I mean, to me, it just makes a lot of this stuff make sense. It helps structure this, a lot of these different topics. When I was teaching Latin, it helped me become a better Latin teacher. When I was teaching coaching, it helped me become a better coach, helped me become a better teacher with these things. So this idea of, is it useful to spend time and more attention to your client's learning style? Yes, that is a useful thing, but not from the sense of the traditional, this is your learning style, let's make sure that the information you take in matches. It's not that. It's, okay, this might be a way of thinking that you're comfortable with. Let's also look at other ways of thinking and increase your comfort with them as well. That's my take on learning styles. And it seems like a good stopping point.